I do think baby boomers are coming to the market again, but a lot of people decided to hold on through this pandemic, and I think it created kind of a perfect storm to sell your business.
What's the number one reason why a listener who has a company, has a business, why should they sell or consider selling right now?
Well, there's a few reasons. I guess the main reason is demand, right? There's more buyer demand for businesses than ever before, and that could be pointed to a few reasons. One of them is the availability of money and how cheap it is. So that is an incredible opportunity right now. And the other thing is that there's just not a lot of inventory out there in the world to sell. And I think that's changing, by the way. I do think baby boomers are coming to the market again, but a lot of people decided to hold on through this pandemic. And I think it created kind of a perfect storm to sell your business.
Yeah, very interesting. So, more demand than ever, buyers wanting to buy, interest rates being lower than ever, so money is cheap to borrow to be able to buy. And then there's inventory kind of got, I guess, stopped or things got delayed during the pandemic because people probably didn't want to like sell their, their baby they've been working for 10, 20, 30 years in a down year. And they say, I'll either pivot, I'll improve it, or I'll just hold on to it. I don't want to sell it at a discount. Is that a fair summary?
Yeah, no, that's great. I agree with that. And there's tons of private equity money out there too. So the markets are crazy. People are making money. And so there's available funds to make investments, and companies are making more profits than ever. So the strategic buyers, the M&A buyers, the private equity, the family offices, all this wealth is looking for a home. And when money interest rates are so low, you have two choices. Basically, you got to dump it in to try to build a company in private equity, or you got to, take your chances in the stock market, which people might feel is kind of overinflated at this point.
Excellent. That makes sense. Okay, so um, what's the number two reason why you might consider selling your company right now?
Because the baby boomers, right? So the numbers are just they're not can't be denied that $12 trillion worth of private equity has to change hands. And a lot of those companies out there that need to sell, the baby boomers are well into their 50s at a minimum. At a maximum, they're in their 70s. And those baby boomers are still holding on to their companies. Yes, people are more healthy than they used to be. But a lot of people are looking at this pandemic saying, hey, it's time for me to sell. When that amount of businesses comes to the market, I think for the first time in 25 years, or maybe the second or third time in 25 years, we're going to see it flip from being a seller's market to a buyer's market because there's just going to be too much business on the market. So you want to beat that. You don't want to come in at that time.
Right. You want to sell when it's a seller's market, right? When there's low inventory and you want to be early versus waiting when everyone's trying to sell. It's pretty common sense economics. Is that a fair summary?
Yeah, guns and butter, I guess. You just got to, it's supply and demand.
Yep. Excellent. What's the number three reason that if you can think of one right now, why you should consider selling your company right now?
Well, after this pandemic, haven't you looked at your life and said, if I am not truly enjoying what I'm doing, or you are getting to an age where it's time for you to look at life in a different way or spend time with your family. I mean, after this pandemic, shouldn't we all look at ourselves and our lives and say, hey, maybe there's a better way to do this? So I think just introspectively, it may be a great time to sell your business.
I couldn't agree more, right? And that's so true, right? Because one thing I try to pray and remind myself of is how short I have on this planet, right? And 38 now, 5 kids, 12 years of marriage. Oldest is 11, youngest is 3. And man, time feels like it's going faster every day, every week, every month. And it's probably part of the season we're in with our lifestyle stage with the kids 24/7. But it's also part of this ever increasing technology, pandemic, work from home environment. And you're right. You have to ask yourself, am I truly, truly enjoying? And if you're not, perhaps now is a good time to sell. Is that a fair summary?
Yeah.